Greetings and welcome to Causeless Joy Tarot. We are here this month to do a general reading for the sign of Leo for the month of October 2017. I am using as a primary deck the Legacy of Divine by Ciro Marchetti. And then for our guidance card this month, we are pulling from Colette Baron Reed's The Wisdom of the Oracle. So let's go ahead and get started with the reading for October 2017. Calling on the divine, calling on the love and light, all that loves the sign of beloved Leo, asking for perfect clarity, perfect wisdom, and perfect vision as we look at the energy coming into the wonderful fall month of October 2017. Giving thanks to all that is for the perfection that is this life. As we ask for clarity around this energy, I give thanks to the angels, guides, and teachers that oversee and override each and every reading that is done. So again, giving thanks to all that is for perfection, for clarity, for wisdom, as we look at the energy for the month of October for the sign of Leo 2017. What is the highest message for the sign of Leo for the month of October 2017? All right, so that feels good for Leo right there. And I am doing a Celtic cross. I don't know if I mentioned that, but let's go ahead and take a look at the energy. All right, and at the very bottom of the deck here, we do have the King of Swords. All right, so Leo's coming in very strong in the month of October with the King of Swords. The King of Swords is all about that mental energy, being able to be very much in charge or in control of your thinking, in terms of how things are manifesting, what's showing up in your life, how you're responding to the events that life has is dealing out to you. So let's go ahead now and take a look at the rest of the cards for Leo for October 2017. All right, so at the very heart of the matter, Leos, at the very heart of the matter, we do have the Nine of Wands coming up in the reverse. So the Nine of Wands is all about having worked really, really hard to make something happen, having endured the changes, the delays, the whatever it has taken to get you to the next level. And this is coming up in the reverse. What I'm feeling at the heart of the matter for Leos here coming into the month of October is that you're finally at a place where you're ready to step into a new way of being as it relates to your physical well-being here. So this Nine of Wands is again coming up on a completion, a cycle of completion, having stood the test of time is what I want to say. Take a look at what I'm drawn at to here in this particular card, on each of the wands behind the gentleman here, or the person bent over, on each of the wands there is a white light. On the wand that he's holding, there's a red light. So that kind of signifies to me, first of all, the fiery energy that Leos actually exude, that they are not willing to give up, that they're willing to continue pressing forward until they achieve the results that they're looking for. So let's go ahead and take a look at what's crossing Leos in the month of October. Now we do have the Two of Wands. So there's a decision. There's a need to make a decision in the month of October. Again, the Nine of Wands was in the reverse, was at the heart of the issue. The Two of Wands is crossing that issue. Again, this is very fiery energy, very action-oriented energy that is perfectly in line with who Leos are and how they show up in the world. So here we do have a decision coming in, a decision that will undoubtedly assist you in reaching the goals that you've come so far with attempting to attain those goals, with the progress that you've made thus far on those goals. So there's a decision at hand that will again help you to further this this process of getting to the goals that you've set for yourself. So at the very beneath Leos, we have, this is what's carrying you through. So we do have the Hermit coming up in the reverse beneath Leos at the subconscious level. The Hermit is a very strong energy, one that whenever I see the Hermit, I'm always, there's two things that either come to mind. Either that they're reclusive, very withdrawn, or they're very much able to really use their intuition, use the light that this gentleman is carrying to get into the next area or into the next goal. Here, when I see this in the reverse, coming up underneath the wands that we were just talking about, this is more signifying that what will really benefit Leos in the month of October is to remain open, to remain active, to remain engaged in what's going on in your life. This is what will carry you through. This is what you will draw your strength from coming into the month of October. Your ability to stay open, active, and engaged in what's happening in your life. Now, at the overriding the spread today for the month of October, these cards are really sticking to the table. All right, and this is at the top of your mind. Here we have the Emperor. So the Emperor is also, again, this fiery energy. We had Two Wands energy at the heart of the matter. We have the Emperor overlighting the sign of Leo. Again, very fiery, very red, very passion, very action oriented in the month of October is what I'm picking up here. So this Emperor could indicate either an Aries, perhaps there's a sign, someone with the sign of Aries around you who's going to be playing a major role in how you're taking the action that needs to be taken in the month of October. This is also an indication of being in control, of having the wherewithal to delegate, to get things done, to get the resources that you need to get things done. So very much being in a position of control, a position of action. Again, taking the necessary action that you need to take in order to move yourself into the very next level of being for you. All right, so In the recent past, we do have the Nine of Coins coming up. So in the recent past, I'm picking up that some Leos, again, these are general readings in nature. So some parts of the reading may resonate with you deeply, while other parts don't apply. In either case, take what works for you and leave the rest. So here we have the Nine of Coins coming up in your recent past. This is an indication that in the very recent past, you've been able to manifest. The Nine of Coins is the wish card. You've been able to manifest either the pieces that you need in order to help your dreams come true, to facilitate your wishes being fulfilled, or you've been placed in a position to now be more aware of how you can best meet your highest goals. So this is a very positive card coming up in the past energy for the sign of Leo. And in the very near future, we have another wand card, another very red, very fiery energy coming in the near future. Now, this Knight of Wands is coming up in the reverse. Knights typically come in with messages of some sort as it relates to the action that I'm picking up that Leos will be taking in the month of October. Very much action oriented, fast moving. I almost feel like I want to jump out of my seat and just take off running. You know, there's this momentum behind Leos coming into the month of October that will be very beneficial in meeting the goals that again that you've set for yourself. So back to this Knight of Wands in the reverse. This knight is a pretty fast moving knight. He's coming up in the reverse in the near future. I'm not feeling a great sense of precaution or of the need to really be careful about how this energy is showing up in the month of October. Again, just very much feeling like a very very a momentous month for the sign of Leo in terms of getting things done. Very momentous. All right, so here we have how you're seeing yourself. In coming up here, we have the Seven of Coins coming in and how you're seeing yourself. So this is the Harvest card, and it's perfectly in line with the energy that I've been picking up thus far in your reading for October. You're very much seeing yourself as now in a position to reap the benefits of all of this action that you're taking, these decisions, this taking control here with the Emperor. And you are very much feeling coming into the month of October that now is the time for you to seize the moment, for you to begin to fill your basket. And the wheat here, the wheat is also signifying a very lucrative time that you're coming into. Because here's what Spirit wants you to know about this particular card. This particular card is how you see yourself. And if you're seeing yourself as in a position to finally reap the rewards, reap the benefits of your hard work, chances are that is the experience that you will have. So thoughts do absolutely become things. So seeing this as how you see yourself is a very positive, influential energy that will again build this momentum, that will help this momentum that's clearly indicated here for the sign of Leo, being in a position to see yourself as in a position to grab a hold of what you've worked hard for is, again, a very positive, a very uplifting, and a very rewarding type of energy here. Now, next up, we do have the Seven of Swords, and that's coming in your environment. The people around you, how are they feeling about what you're doing, all of this action that you're taking, all of this energy that's moving through you and moving through your life. Again, we have the Seven of Swords coming up here. Now, what I'm drawn to right away with this Seven of Swords is that there's a bird right up here on, like, overseeing, this guy that's in this card. He looks like he doesn't look very confident. He doesn't look very sure of himself. And then we have this bird behind him. So the Seven of Swords is more, it's typically, honestly, called the Theft card, right? So in your environment, and this is something to be mindful of for Leos coming into the month of October, I am picking up here that in your environment there is this this element of not either feeling fully supported in your environment, perhaps either the people that are closest to you, the people that have the greatest influence on how you're thinking, how you're seeing things, how you're responding. There is this element here of deceitfulness, of not being fully honest, of not being fully truthful, perhaps of even not being fully supportive of the powerful energy that's coming in for Leos in the month of October. So this doesn't feel like a very majorly, like a crushing change energy. It just feels like something that Leos will want to be mindful of. And also, Spirit is wanting you to be compassionate with this type of energy, which is much easier said than done, I must say. It's not easy to be compassionate and loving and forgiving when you're dealing with this an energy of deceit, or an energy of less than truthful or less than loving. But I'm feeling to let Leos know to take the high road, to remain centered on your focus, to remain grounded in your purpose, and to not let energies that may be circling around you or close to you, not to let this energy overwhelm you or take you too far off center. All right? Next up, we do have your hopes and fears. So what Leos are hoping for here is a new start. They're hoping for a new beginning, a new way of seeing things, a new way of allowing. I'm always drawn to the eagles in this particular card in this deck. Not all Ace of Swords are the same in every single deck. Many artists use many different renderings to portray the meaning of each and every card. In this particular deck, the eagles just always jump out significantly to me. And eagles are about vision. They're about wisdom. So what I'm picking up here in terms of this Ace of Swords for the sign of Leo is that you're hoping to really be able to move yourself into a place of being more wise in your choices, to being more wise in your thinking. And that is a wonderful hope to hold for yourself. And as long as you're taking the actions that are needed to generate this level of beingness when it comes down to your thoughts, you'll be fine in this area, is what I'm picking up. So this is coming in again as a hope for Leos in the month of October. Now, as your final outcome, we do have the Seven of Wands coming in. Another very fiery, very passionate energy for the sign of Leo with the Seven of Wands. This card is more about evaluations, and sevens typically do indicate evaluations or taking the time to really make sure that the steps that you're taking, all of this action that you're taking in the month of October, is action that will actually generate you the results and the outcomes that you're looking for. So I'm feeling to say to be very diligent, to be very observant, to read the small print, to make sure that you're understanding what's being asked of you. Now, the Seven of Wands also is a very on guard energy. This is an energy where you're very either protective or observant or guarded in your way of going about things. And I really am feeling to say that being on guard, being careful, okay, is a good thing. There's nothing wrong with being precautious, but to be mindful of overly precaution, of becoming anal about those precautions, right? So that's actually the outcome here, is that you will be evaluating things. You will be looking at things very closely as you take some of this action that's indicated in the month of October. However, there's a tiny little precaution here for you not to overanalyze things, for you not to become, again, anal in your way of thinking. All right? So that does conclude the primary portion of your reading. We are going to take a look now at Colette Baron Reed's Wisdom of the Oracle for a card. So calling on Spirit, calling on divine guidance to provide us with one additional card to close out the reading for the sign of Leo for the month of October. What is the highest information that we could relay to the sign of Leo for the month of October that's in perfect alignment with the reading that has been given thus far? Oh, there it is. All right. So, Leo, we are closing out with Loyal Heart from Colette Baron Reed. Now, this Loyal Heart, I am going to read just a very brief description of Loyal Heart here from Colette Baron Reed's book, and then we'll add whatever else needs to be added here. So number 35 is the number. And what's coming to me while I'm looking this up is number 35 is the number 8. Breaks down to the number 8, which is also a Leo number. So yeah, that's all about infinity, abundance, and it represents Leo. So here we go. Fidelity, loyalty, and devotion. All right, so this card is about being loyal and devoted, again, to the path that you've very well carved out for yourself. Again, I'm drawn back to this harvest card is how you're seeing yourself. You've been very loyal to your process, to your you've been very loyal to how things are unfolding for you. You've been very dedicated here, and your loyalty is going to pay off in the end here. So that does conclude the reading for the sign of Leo for the month of October 2017. Again, thank you very much for joining me this month, and I look forward to reading for you again in the month of November. Namaste.